River's really going today.
So, hi, I'm Peter, and this is the first episode of the Brainwave, I guess. When I first came here to Lowell, you know, you go on college tours, right? And usually they suck. But mine didn't, because I went and I talked to Dr. Hochberg. He's an invertebrate zoologist here at Umass Lowell. And he took us into his lab and showed us all these crazy creatures, you know, scorpions and spiders, and gave us something to get excited about coming to school for. So I thought, what better way to start this project than by going to that same place and looking at some of those same critters that first got me excited about going to science. So we caught up with Dr. Hochberg, and he had some cool things to show us.
Well, this is the one that tends to creep everybody out. These are the Madagascar hissing cockroaches. Not a lot of people like cockroaches for various reasons. Let's see, or they'll hiss, I guess. Better way to put it. So they don't have any biting mouth parts, so they don't bite, but of course they're kind of creepy. This one, I believe, is a male. You can see these large, what are called pronotal bumps or spines. That one's got the very large spines. But they have little spiracles, little holes in the side of their abdomen that they breathe oxygen through. And when they get excited or scared, they'll essentially compress down their abdomen and force air out the spiracles, and they can kind of close those off to make a whistle. So it's like whistling. So when they get a little disturbed, they hiss. And that's why they're called the Madagascar hissing cockroach. I think the closest living relatives of these might be praying mantis. I think they're in the same group. This is called the Blatoidea, and they don't look alike, but I think that they're closely related. So they love various fruits. We give them grains. We give them cat food too. They'll eat virtually anything.
Cat food.
Yeah, they love cat food. You know, they're not demanding of like the freshest fruit.
Yeah,
you know, so.
how to say it is cockroach.
I think it prefers pizza, but
pizza?
yeah, I know we all do, right? But yeah, we just don't have any available.
Typical college student.
Exactly. Well, when in Rome, right? These are kind of giant millipedes that you can find kind of in the forest. So these don't bite. They don't have any biting mouth parts. They're very mellow little animals. When it gets relaxed, it'll start to crawl on you. Their only defense is, aside from curling up, which sort of keeps the appendages from being vulnerable, they actually secrete various kinds of toxic or noxious substances. What's really neat, and I've only read about this, is that some animals, some woodpeckers, as well as chimpanzees in their native surroundings, will pick up millipedes and brush them on their body because they know the millipedes secrete toxic compounds. And the theory is, by brushing the millipede on their body, the millipede secretes the toxic substance, which isn't terrible for the animal that it's being kind of plastered on, but it keeps other things like parasites from parasitizing, you know, woodpeckers or chimps. So things like ticks or mites that might be on the outside might avoid a vertebrate animal that's been covered in the toxic secretions of a millipede. See if this works out. This is the species. This is called Pandinus imperator. The adults are more docile than the young. The young are a little bit leery and sketchy, and they're more than happy to at least act like they're going to sting you, even if they don't ever do it. I mean, other species are extremely venomous and can be very problematic, but this is the species that apparently it's no more than a bee sting. But who likes to be stung by a bee? So I wouldn't want to personally do it. But all the animals that come to my lab have sex and get pregnant. There's just something going on in the lab where that happens. I don't know what's going on. Well, the thing is, they can store sperm. So we don't know if the sperm was stored from a previous mating. They only fertilize some eggs or not. There's a scorpion that's out. And here we have is the pink rose tarantula. I think it's the Chilean rose tarantula. This is also the standard species that people tend to own. Just it's a fairly mellow one. Doesn't bite. Doesn't get too aggressive. Still, the creep factor's there. You know, no one really likes to pick up tarantulas, understandably. The only reason I teach this arthropods course is because it's just a lot of fun. It's really just a chance to explore something and you know, get students learning about something that they might not otherwise have an opportunity to explore. So, but it can be a little creepy. That's all. You know, it's
creepy.
Creepy. Yeah, it's creepy.
First got me excited about going to science.
Going to science?
What?
You said just talk about going to science.